quilting friends, I'm Edyta Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts. Welcome to Quilting Window and welcome back to our schoolhouse. I am so glad you are here because guess what? You are the best students ever. I have been watching your blogs and I'm enjoying so much what you're doing. This is so much fun. I cannot wait to share today's blog with you. Today, we're gonna learn something brand new and exciting. Designing a quilt and designing blocks is so much fun. Can you imagine you can design a block and just by mirror image that block, you can design another one just like that so you can have it on each side of your medallion quilt. And our block number 8 is a block like that. It's made with half square triangles and a square, and you are a pro in making half square triangle. But look at this, you make this block and lay it out one way and then mirror image this whole design to the other side, and you have two different blocks so that way you can have them on each side of your medallion quilt, and it's gonna be just beautiful. So let me show you how to do it. I hope you are excited for today's lesson. If you just joining us in, you can find all the information about this fun back to school event on our website, on our blog, and every day we post which block we're gonna do it next day so that way you can get ready for school, cut your fabric, press them, cut them, and be ready to join us in a classroom and sew with me for a few minutes every day for 12 days, and we're gonna in the end create this beautiful quilt. Make sure you post pictures because I want you guys to win golden stars and get awards in the end of our school session, so you have some awards to receive during our ceremony when you graduating. So make sure tag us on the picture at Laundry Basket Quilts if you're posting them on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, anywhere you're posting, make sure you tag us so we get to see it and we get to celebrate with you and give you a shout out what a good job you did. All right, so for this project, you're gonna need a valley range pattern. I already pulled my page out of the pattern that I'm gonna be working with it. I'm going to be working on a block 8, and with this block I'm going to be making some half square triangles. Before I get into the step-by-step directions for this block, I want to remind you about the 2 color options that we're working on. Some of you are using the pre-cut kit and creating this incredible option. This one is done with our Twinkle collection. This is the beautiful collection that I've been bragging to you last few days. It's one of my favorites. It just arrived to our studio and we love the fabrics. There's so many wonderful projects, and if you want it, you can get the fabric, get the pattern, and cut your own pieces. Or we have pre-cut kits available. I don't know how long they're gonna last, so please, if you want one, get it now. We have a second option, and this option is a scrappy option. We created this beautiful scrappy kit. Make sure that if you're using the scrappy kit, you follow the cutting directions that I have it right here, because they are laid out on each fabric so you do not run out of fabrics, and you can have fun with us if you're cutting your own pieces. I know a lot of you guys and girls love to starch your fabric, press your fabric, cut it, but I just wanted to remind you that before we cut it, we also press your fabric and make sure they're the best of the best when we laser cut, and none of the edges are fraying and falling apart as you're making your project. So now this is today's block, and I have the left option on both of the pictures. We're gonna be making left and a right option of the block. Now let's start it. You're gonna begin by making half square triangle units, and they're so simple. You're gonna do one with light background and a dark blue, and you're gonna do a second one with light background and a light blue. You're gonna need 4 and 4 of each of those for every block. They're so simple to do it. You just place your fabric right sides together, you stitch. We have done half square triangles now over and over, and you're getting so good in it. I finger press this one, then I'm gonna iron press, trim my bunny ears, and I'm gonna do the same thing with my dark half square triangle units. Remember, when you finish your half square triangle units, you square them up, because it is so important that every unit you make it nice, and you square things up to 2.5 by 2.5. I have some done for you. Let me lay out your first block for you. We're gonna start with our top row, and notice the position of the pieces. And what I'm doing is I'm following this layout right here. This is my left, this is my right. Left and a right, left and a right, and we're gonna be making 4 of each of the blocks. I'm gonna put that center square right here, then I'm gonna go ahead and keep going, laying out my pieces. And I love to put my dark blues nice first, because that kind of anchor everything up for me. So look at this. It's easy to make a mistake. I recommend you always lay out your block, step back, snap a picture if you have to, just to keep everything in place. And I would do one block at a time. I would do like all the left blocks first, lay them out, make the rows, so rows together. You know the routine. Everything is based on a simple 9-patch. You have the foundations for that. So we're gonna sew into rows, sew rows together. Look at this. You have your rows just like this. Remember to push your seam allowances as the arrow indicate. As soon as you finish your rows, you're gonna be sewing the rows together, and you're gonna be making your first block that goes this way. Okay, simple. Make sure you pin it, and then the last push seam allowance needs to be pressed toward the center. We're following the seam allowance, we're pushing them in one direction because I want them to lock with each other, and I'm prepping my quilt for hand quilting or machine quilting in a ditch. So I want my seams to be pushed in one direction. Now, once you finish all your blocks, left ones, then you're gonna go ahead and go for the right ones, and I'm gonna lay it out. Look at this. I'm glancing at my picture. I'm paying attention because I don't want to make a mistake. But the right one, it is a mirror image of everything that we just did. And I know this is like a fun little puzzle right here, but I know you can do it. This just tells me if you're paying attention and you're doing all the exercises that I wanted you to do. So look at this, is the right layout. Right layout. Do you see the difference? Do you see? It's a mirror image of it. What do you do once you lay out your pieces? Following the picture, you're gonna make sure you sew them into rows, sew rows together. You need a left and a right to be able to place those into your quilt in the right directions later on in the layout. So make sure you do that, and you will recognize it where it is in the quilt right here. It's, look at, there's your left and there's your right one. Do you see the difference? So that way, from this point right here, this creates a beautiful line and a nice point and frames my low 9-patch that we started with it. We're creating a nice space for that. And yes, there is the stars in your future, not only for winning, but also one of the blocks that we're gonna be making would be stars. So make sure you make 4 blocks to the left, 4 to the right, and you are ready, set, go for our quilt. So that's your homework for today. If you have any questions and any suggestions, make sure you leave us comment. We're gonna have a live show, and we can address those during our live shows that are happening on Friday. And I love to answer all your questions. And guess what, guys? Give yourself big pat on the back, because today You are halfway through your blocks, and we're halfway through our little course and our little lessons for 101 quilting. I'm so excited for you guys. Happy quilting, and I look forward to see you tomorrow for another beautiful block.